What's going on, everyone? My name is Eddie, and in this video we're going to do in-depth review on Willful smartwatch. If you're new to my channel, I do in-depth reviews on different products where you can learn pretty much everything important about them, so you can do the best decision before you buy that product. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing. Today is 3rd July 2021 and the price of the Willful smartwatch is $40 US. The watch comes in 7 different colors. This is how the box looks like. In the box beside the watch you will get the charging cable, instructions, a quick guide on how to charge the watch and replace the straps, 1-year extended warranty if you register, and happy and not happy sticker. The watch has 1.3-inch LCD screen covered with 2.5D curved glass. It has one button on the side, and on the other side we can see heart rate sensor and magnetic charging port. The strap is made out of silicone and its width is 23 millimeters. The strap can be easily exchanged thanks to the quick release mechanism. The watch weight is 34 grams with straps and 19 grams without straps. The battery capacity is 210 milliamps, and according to the documentation, it will last over 7 days. When the battery level is less than 15%, the watch enters battery save mode, at which you cannot operate the watch. Charging time takes about 2.5 hours. When it comes to appearance, this is how it looks on my hand, and I have to say it feels really light. It's very easy to forget it's on your hand. Now let's see how to set it up. Once you take the watch out of the box, you will not be able to turn it on with the button yet. You'll have to attach the charging cable for just a few seconds, then remove it and you'll see the watch face. You have to do this only once when you buy the product. Even though the watch will work without mobile app, it will not show you the correct time, nor can you set it on the watch. Also, some other features will not be usable, like alarm. So we need to install the app and connect the watch to it. If you have the watch instructions, on the first page you will find the app QR code. Scan it and click on the link to get to the app page. If you don't have the instructions with you, go to the App Store and search for Fitpolo. Once you find it, tap on Install. When app is installed, open it. Allow access to photos and media. Swipe to the last page and tap on Use Now. Then agree and allow the app to access your location. The app will find all devices near you, so if there are more of them, remember that ID205L is your device. Tap on that and wait for the app to connect. Then confirm bind device. All we need to do now is to go through a few steps of the user profile and the app is set. Now that watch is connected, it will automatically set the right time and transfer all the necessary data. I'll leave the rest of the app for later. Now let's go back to the watch. To see the watch face, turn the wrist, or you can also press the button. Pressing the button will toggle on and off the watch. If you're in the app, it will take you one step backwards. The watch face will stay visible for 10 seconds before it goes to standby. This is how the default watch face looks like. It shows the battery status, time and day. While on the watch face, pressing and holding the screen will take you to the watch face menu, where you can choose one out of 4 watch faces. While on the watch face, swiping one time to the right will take you to the status bar. Here we have 4 features. First one is automatic heart rate monitoring. This feature will affect your battery life. Second feature is turn wrist to see. It's on by default. To turn it off, just tap on the icon and now you can see that watch does not react on hand movement. The next feature is DND, which stands for Don't Disturb. If you turn it on, you will not get any vibrations on your notifications, while alarm vibrations will work. And the last feature here is Find My Phone. This feature needs to be enabled on the app first. To do that, go to Device, then More. Here you can enable Find My Phone. Now let's go back to the watch and test it out. This is how it looks like, and you can turn it off with the watch or the phone. Now let's go to the function list interface where we have the list of all apps available. To do that, while on the watch face, swipe left. The first app on the list is Sport. Here we have 8 sport modes: run, walk, bike, hike, climbing, treadmill, spinning and yoga. To start the sport mode, just tap on it. To pause and resume, press the button, and to end the workout, press and hold the button. The next app is heart rate. It measures your heart rate beats per minute. Below that we have the relaxation app. It gives you guided breathing which should relax you and reduce stress. The next app is alarm, where you can see and toggle on and off your alarms, but you can set them up only with the app. Below that we have the music controller. This app will have to be enabled on the mobile app first. To do that, go to device, then music control, and here you can set the music on. I have only YouTube installed, so we can see only YouTube here. Now tap on this check icon to save the changes. And now when I open YouTube, you can see that I can control it with the watch. The next app is the timer. Here we can change between the timer and the counter. Once counter is done, the watch will vibrate. Below that we have the sport records, and the last thing here is the settings. Before we go to the setting, it's important to mention here that this watch also has sleep tracking, but you can see the results only on the mobile app. In the settings, first thing on the list is dial, where you can choose one out of 4 watch faces. Below that we have dimming, which controls the screen brightness. Below that is about, and the last thing here is shut down. To turn on the watch, press and hold the button. Now let's go to the data bar. To do that, while on your watch face, swipe up a few times, where you will find data like step count and burned calories. And the last thing left are notifications. To see your notifications while on the watch face, swipe down. To get notifications, you will have to enable them on the mobile app. To do that, go to the device, then call alert. Here you can enable call alerts, confirm everything you need to confirm, and tap on check icon to save the changes. Now when someone calls you, you will get notified on the watch, where you can end the call. To get your app notifications, go to device page and tap on SNS alerts. Here you can allow notifications, confirm everything you need to confirm, and then choose from which app you would like to get notifications. Save the changes with the check icon. And this is how it looks when you get notifications about missed calls and messages. The watch will show you only part of the message. And with this, I'm pretty much done with the watch. Now let's check out the mobile app. Some app features I have already showed you with the watch, so I'm going to skip those and show you the features that can be used or seen only with the app. This is how the app looks like. All things on the homepage are just data. We have here activities, sleep data, and heart rate data. On details, you can see the weekly data. If you go to the device and then standardary alerts, this feature will alert you to stand up if you're sitting for a long time. Then we have alarm alert, where you can set up to 10 alarms. Then we have a healthcare feature which will track women's menstrual period. And if you go to more, here we have a device language where you can change the language. And the last thing here is reboot the device. So with this, I believe I have covered all the features and important things about the watch. Now let's do some tests. The first test is race to see feature. This test demonstrates the speed of the hand movement detection. So far, I didn't see any problems here. The movement detection is very good, but there is a little bit of delay sometimes. The second test demonstrates the touchscreen responsiveness. What I notice here is that when I swipe up and down, the transition is quite smooth, while that slightly changes when I swipe right and left. Also, screen doesn't register the touch sometimes, especially if you touch the area close to the edge of the screen. The next test shows the screen brightness, and this is how the screen looks on the sunny day. In the next test, I'm testing Find My Phone feature. What I found is that if your phone is in the visibility line, you can detect it easily even from the distance of 100 feet or 30 meters. I've also managed to detect my phone in another room through a wall. The next test I did is a alarm vibration test. I wanted to see if the watch vibration is strong enough to kick me out of the sleep. What I found is that the vibration is not that strong, so I did overslept for one night and it woke me up for 2 other nights. Of course, this test is highly subjective. In the next test, I will be testing the heart rate app. I'll be using the pulse oximeter for this test. According to the documentation, the right way to use the heart rate app is to distance the watch 2 fingers from the wrist, relax the hand and stay still. In the first test, pulse oximeter shows 81 beats per minute, while the watch shows 82 beats per minute. In the second test, the pulse oximeter and the watch show the same, 78 beats per minute, and in the third test, they both show 80 beats per minute. In the next test, I am testing step counter. I did 3 tests. First one was for 100 steps and the watch recorded 97 steps. In the second test I did 500 steps and the watch recorded 478, while in the third test I did 1000 steps where the watch recorded 991 steps. The next test I did is a battery test. I wanted to see if the battery can really last for 7 days, and the answer is yes, it can. But it all depends on how you use the watch. In this test I had an alarm set, and during the day I would use at least one of the apps. The result of that was 1% battery loss during the night and 10 to 15% battery loss during the day. So you can count on 5 to 7 days of battery life on normal use. The last test I did was a water resistance test. According to the documentation, Willful smartwatch is IP68 waterproof. Devices backed by an international standard rating of IP68 are deemed fit enough to withstand submersion up to a maximum depth of 1.5 meters underwater for up to 30 minutes. In this test, I kept the watch under the water for 30 minutes, and here is the result. As you can see, the watch has successfully passed the test. It's important to mention here that, according to the documentation, the watch is not suitable for hot water, saunas, or environments with large temperature fluctuations. And with this, I'm done with all of my tests. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. You can also help me improve my reviews by leaving a comment below. Please consider subscribing and catch you guys later.